How you doing today, Tim? This is Charles with 7883 SEO and Marketing here in Colorado Springs. So a little bit about what we do. We do web design, we do digital marketing, Facebook ads, Google ads, SEO, things of that nature. And so one of the things that led me to your site in particular is because I'm looking for underbuilt websites to kind of help, with some basic SEO. And as far as that's concerned, you're kind of a good candidate for it. You got a decent looking site already. You just need some back page stuff done. And so I put your information down. I scanned it, scanned everything. Everything looks good. So one of the ranking factors and why it's important. So I found you near the bottom page of Google Maps. So you're almost page 2. You're getting kind of iffy on there. But I didn't find you guys organically. And so I came to the site after I didn't find you organically, and I'm looking. I'm trying to find out why a nice site like this isn't ranking organically. And so what I've surmised, and I've looked through everything, one of the major ranking factors for Google is they like to see word and photo content. Google likes to see 12 to 1,500 words on the front page. Within those 12 to 1,500 words, they like to see keywords, buyer intent keywords, things that are relevant to your industry. We're just not really seeing a whole lot of that. Another thing that's super important is photos and they're being optimized. So I'm going to show you something real quick. So this is one way you optimize a photo. And I can't do it right now, but I can tell that it's not, because based on that tag, that was not saved properly. You have no keywords in it. Your photos are not optimized themselves, which means it's a slower load speed for Google, which it requires depixelation of the photo. Those are kind of little tricks we use to make your website load quicker, and Google ranks it. So, and I can go through every single one of these, and I have, and they all do it. That's a problem. So the other thing I surmised is, I can't say because I don't want to get sued liably, but the hosting network that you're using that's kind of down in these areas, the people that built your website, essentially they built you a pretty website, but they gave you no optimization behind it. So what you got going on right now is you have a nice big billboard that's blank and it's sitting in the middle of the Sahara Desert. It's a good way to put it. So lack of content. The other thing is subsequent pages. Google likes to see 500 to 750 words because you put your keywords in there too. If you don't have the content, you have nowhere to put keywords. And there is a specific ratio that is used. So many words per one keyword, and if you're not within that ratio, Google's going to smack you on the hand for it. So one of the first things I want to do now that I've shown you on site what you got going on, is I want to show you your number one competitor here in town for the keyword accounting, Colorado Springs. I kept it super simple because I wanted to see what came up. So this is Sakura CPA here in Colorado Springs, and their authority score is a 14. They've been around a while. They're fairly established. Google can trust them. Essentially, the next thing we look at is their backlinks. Backlinks is important if they're good backlinks, because what happens is you've got referring domains, so that's blogs. You could have trade publications. You could have citations, which is basically a registrar. Blog posts, things of that nature, guest posting, things of that nature. But what those referring domains do is they drive traffic, and they drive traffic organically. So without these, you don't get this. But the problem is I have to go back and say the disclaimer, they're not all created equal. You could have 1 million of these, but if they're not relevant to your industry, they're not going to do you any good. Because if somebody's looking for a circus animal in Chicago, they're not going to be looking for accounting. So it's not relevant, and Google catches that stuff. Google is very smart with it. So they're relevant, and this is how they're getting their organic search traffic every month. These are click-throughs. These are people with the intent to buy services. So with that, top organic keywords, and we can go in here and see what kind of volume they're getting with people who have at least clicked onto the website. We can see the volume. So say CPA Colorado Springs, 480 for the month. Tax accountant, Colorado Springs, 140. Accountants, Colorado Springs, 210. And so on and on and on and on. They're getting a ton of traffic. Now the next thing I want to do, I'm going to reset this really quick. I want to go to your company, and I'm going to show you why this is important and how this relates to the lack of optimization and content on your page. Okay, your authority score is low. Okay, but you have the backlinks to go with it. Now, what this is telling me is the fact that you have 0 organic search traffic, but you have backlinks, has to do with the hosting company that has your website. So you've got their backlinks. The problem is those are their backlinks. They're not yours, which means guess what? They're not driving any traffic to you. So they built you a pretty site. Once again, it's the billboard in the desert thing. It's not going anywhere. So that's why I said, like when I was looking at your competitor, not all backlinks are created equal. In this case, it's a prime example. These backlinks aren't doing anything for you because they're attached to the website host that you have. So I want to show you another factor. Oh, sorry. Let's go real quick. Keywords. You've got 18. Let's go and look at the volume on there. Significantly lower. Obviously, your competitor had like 165. But if we look at your biggest buyer intent keyword right now, CPA Colorado Springs 70. So you're not getting a lot of traffic, organic traffic, period, that's looking for you. Accounting service Colorado Springs 40. So a lot of the keywords that you guys are having on your site aren't doing you any good. So when you build a site, and when you build an appropriate, proper site that's been optimized, and everything with SEO, yeah, you have some of the, say, the owner's name or a particular service you guys offer, but there are keywords for a reason, for a region. So Colorado Springs. This is because when a person types in on the search bar for accountants Colorado Springs or tax prep Colorado Springs, and you attach that to your website, they can find you. You're going to come up somewhere organically. When you don't have those, you're not going to be seen. So the lack of keywords is telling me, and between the abundance of backlinks that don't drive any traffic to you, they're no good. So the last thing I want to show you is what we call citations. This is a form of a backlink. This is one of 4 forms, but it's probably about the most important one. So if we look at Scora, your competitor, they have 27 citations with 42 opportunities. Now, what a citation is NAP for short, name, address, phone number, so registrars. But once again, you can't just go to any registrar, because if it's not industry specific, it's going to have no relevance and Google is going to catch it. So we come back up here to Drexler Tax. You guys are in there with 17, but 49 opportunities. So you guys are less on your citations or form of a backlink, but you have the opportunities. And I can click on these and I could show you your opportunities. I could show you your competitors' opportunities. I can show you exactly what they're doing. These are things we can do to go in and get exactly what they have. And this helps your ranking factor. So I hope that this information is useful and helpful for you guys today. And if you're interested in hearing, what we could do to possibly help your website, I'd love to sit down with you and chat for 10 or 15 minutes, whether that's by Zoom, by phone, or in person. Just 10 or 15 minutes, gather some information, find out what your goals are and where you'd like to see your business go and flourish. And then I can try to curate a package for you if you guys are interested. Thank you for your time, and you have a great day.